One of the big questions anytime you get a new machine from Silhouette is, are the settings that are in the program going to be accurate or are they not? The easiest way to figure this out is to complete a project with a couple of different materials. Follow along and see for yourself how the machine does with all of the presets. I'm so ready to do this. I've been wanting to try my hand at the candy dome cards for quite some time, so I have gathered all of the supplies and I figure we'll give it a go. I've got some different colored vinyl, cardstock, my handy glue gun, weeding tools, and of course the dome. Let's not forget the Cameo 5. I am still so in love with the new machine. I can't stand it. Let's head over to Silhouette Studio. I have my page opened and the file has been merged onto the mat already. I got this from Creative Fabrica and I will put a link in the description below. This file has 5 different parts to it. And I am going to cut the orange and the purple layer out of cardstock, and I am going to cut the black layer and the embellishments out of adhesive vinyl. These pieces are too big to fit on the same mat, so we will just run them through one at a time. Let's head up to the send panel. And I'm going to use cardstock textured heavy for my material choice. That comes in at a blade depth of 3, force of 30, 1 pass, and a speed of 4. Take a minute to prepare the mat. I love that the new mats came with the machine. It's always like Christmas morning when I get a new mat. But if you're using the new mat straight away with cardstock, you may want to stick it to your shirt or a clean towel a couple of times to get some of that stick off of there. Working with a full sheet of cardstock is always super easy. Just place it down on the mat. I'm going to load it in right at the first guideline, set it up to the rollers, and press the up arrow. You can see here that the machine is connected through Bluetooth, so now all we need to do is hit send. The confirm and send screen pops up. The Cameo has been loaded, and I have an auto blade in carriage 1. So let's go ahead and hit send again. Check the cut before we unload the machine. Looks like it cut perfectly. You want to flip your mat over, keep the material down on your work surface, and peel the mat away so that the cardstock doesn't curl. Since I have not used this file before, I'm going to go ahead and check the size of my dome against the size of the cutout. And that looks pretty good. Can move on to the purple sheet now. This is for the back of the card. I'm using an 8.5 by 11 sheet for this. I'm heading back to the design screen. I'm going to move the orange layer off. I'm going to pull the purple layer on. Click over to the send screen. Still using the cardstock, so that is fine. I'm going to go ahead and click send. Send again. Now on the back of the card, it does have a pop out spot so that you can get to the candy when you are ready to open it. It will be sealed until you open the back of the card. That looks like it cut nicely as well. You can see where it made the pop-out cuts. Very clever. I do need to get this up off of my mat before we carry on. Scraper should do the trick. Now I'm going to move the purple layer off to the right-hand side. I try to keep all of my uncut stuff to the left and the cut stuff to the right. That way I know which layers I have done and which ones I still have to do. Now if we set the black layer here, the purple here, and the yellow over in this corner, we can cut all three of them at one go. If we head to the send panel, we just need to change cardstock textured heavy to vinyl glossy. That is set up just like the mat on my design screen, so I think that's ready to go. Click on send and send again. And I'm going to check each of the cuts before I unload the machine. The black looks good. The purple cut nicely. And the yellow looks good as well. Let's get these pieces weeded. This project is fairly simple, and I think that using the adhesive vinyl instead of cardstock for the details makes it a lot easier. It does look like I need to order some new transfer tape. I cannot complain. This roll lasted me for quite some time. And I do not know the brand of it right now, but I can put a link in the description if you're interested. I just have to look on my Amazon account to see what it was. It does have a decent tack. It's not too sticky, but sticky enough to get the job done. I'm going to start with a smaller piece to get the details for the hat transferred over. Pop that on there. Can pick that up off of there and transfer it to the witch's hat on the pumpkin. Perfect. Now I can take the larger piece of transfer tape and we're going to put that onto the front side of our card. And I think that it might be easier to set the card on top of the vinyl than the other way around. I might be wrong. There we go. Now you can disagree with me if you'd like, but I think that is so much easier than using layers and layers and layers of cardstock. You can also use heat transfer vinyl and use that on cardstock but that gets a little bit expensive. I am going to save this piece of transfer tape. It can be reused many times over, actually. I have some peanut M&Ms that I am going to fill the dome with. You can fill it with any candy that you'd like. And if you place the back over the dome, you can flip it over and keep all of the candies inside while you get everything positioned. That is adorable. I'm going to get everything lined up just right here. And then I'm going to draw an outline around the dome so I know where to put my thin line of hot glue. After that's set, I'm going to go around one more time just to make sure that it is secure. Kind of smooth it out along the way. Perfect. And now we just need to secure the front of the card to the back of the card, and I'm going to use a tape runner for that. I think that turned out adorable. You can pop that in to get to the candy. And I will probably make one more of these so I can give one to my son and one to my grandson. But I don't think I'm going to be making enough to hand them out for Halloween treats. The answer to the original question is yes. The settings that are in Silhouette Studio do seem to work with the brand new Cameo 5 perfectly. I've had no issues. I've changed no settings. Now, I am off to finish recording the class for the conference that is coming up November 11th and 12th. If you have not got your tickets yet, you're going to want to soon. The early bird special ends on October 27th. Right now, it is $79. After the 27th, it will go up to $99. Still worth every penny, but if you can save 20 bucks, you probably should. I will put a link in the description to the webpage where you can purchase the tickets for the conference. I hope to see you there. Now, go create something amazing, and I will see you in the next video.